Brought to you by
youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
A very good evening and a warm welcome to our first edition of UBC News Tonight on this 24th day of July 2025. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto and my colleague Muhammad Mugalu will be joining me on sign language. We do welcome you to this news bulletin. Now, before we get into business, let's first take a look at the top stories tonight.
Brought to you by
Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
Prime Minister Nabanja delivers African perspectives on SDG implementation, holds bilateral talks. African MPs call for reparations over past slavery colonization. Tensions, clashes and tear gas mar Iganga chairperson in mayoral elections. And in sports, cricket cranes stay unbeaten as Uganda A-levels Namibia series in the 2025 Pearl of Africa.
Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
Good evening once again. Now, before we delve into our news bulletin this evening, let us head to Wakiso Tallying Center, where our reporter Robert Onyango is on standby at the Tally Center to give us an update on the NRM primaries for the mayoral and LC5 councillors. Robert Onyango, are you on standby?
Well, a very good evening, our viewers of UBC TV, and thank you, my sister Lauryn Kazimoto, for this wonderful moment of trying to at least share with the members of the general public on what has transpired in different parts of the country about the NRM primaries happening today. Of course, we have witnessed the election in almost every corner of the country, and for us, we are coming to you live from Wakiso District Headquarters, where they're now on the final lap of tallying the outcomes of today's voting. Joining me here at Wakiso District Headquarters is the NRM returning officer, and he will be sharing with us how did they begin the day and how do we expect to leave this place. What is the modus operandi of this election? A good evening, sir. You are live on UBC TV. Share with us, on what step are we now on?
We are now at...
Let's begin with your names.
My name is Karamoja Shaban, the District Registrar, Wakiso. Thanks a lot for being around with us. Ever since we started tallying up to now, so far the election started at around 10 a.m. Then most of the polling stations, we closed them at around 2. Others proceeded up to 3, but elections were good and calm. Members turned up, though not in a bigger number, but at least it has been good. In Tebe municipality, it has been calm and good, and the numbers were overwhelmingly.
So far, have we gotten some results already out?
For Entebbe municipality, municipal mayor is out and the councillors. Then for Nabwero and Nasana division is also out. Others we are still tallying, but good enough as we speak now. All the sub-counties, the 27 sub-counties which makes up Wakiso district are here, and we are tallying.
For emphasis to our viewers, will we get all the results, the outcomes of today's election tonight?
I believe tonight we shall get all the results because we have all the sub-county results here, and we are tallying. Yes.
Thank you. That has been the NRM Registrar for Wakiso District giving in an assurance that indeed by close of today, we will have gotten the results. The supporters would have known who won in which position, and mainly we are talking about the LC5 chairperson election, direct district councillors, mayors and the municipal mayors. Joining me here is one who was in the race, but I am meant to understand he has already been declared the flag bearer of NRM in Makindye Sabagabo. A very good evening, sir. And how easy was this journey that at the end of the day you have been given the flag?
Good evening, viewers. My name is Galabs John Bosco Serunkuma. I'm flag bearer NRM Makindye Sabagabo Municipal Council. This ain't have been an easy journey. You know, it's been in-house elections. There's a lot of tension, a lot of quarrels, and pressure. But by God's mercy, I had to overcome it unopposed. It wasn't by might, but by the grace of God and the people of Makindye Sabagabo Municipal Council who decided that Galabs is the best candidate for NRM to make sure we win that post come 2026. When
you talk of being unopposed, you have not felt the real gist of what an election means.
I have felt it because I've been in different elections. I've been involved in my fellow contestants going through the campaigns. I've been going on ground because I'm part of the NRM structure. So I've felt the pressure, but I know what it causes. We have been trying to mitigate the pressure so that we don't get divisions in the party. So the pressure is always there, consoling people, telling them that NRM is the winner in this case. It's not anyone who has won, no one has lost, but NRM has won as a party. So we kindly request everyone to come together and so that we move ahead, stop divisions, stop quarrels, move ahead, make sure we are one as NRM party. So I've felt the pressure, I know the problems, I know everything because I've gone through the structures, I've been part of the candidates, so I've been through Makindye Sabagabo Municipal Council. Yeah.
For people of Makindye, you have heard this is now your candidate. The job is now left with you to ensure that you go to the next level. Joining me here is one of the contestants on the position of chairperson NRM in Wakiso district, the usual suspect, and Cheune. You seem to be putting on a very lovely, a very optimistic smile. What is so far in your pocket?
Well, what I can see is that we are only waiting to be announced the winners according to the results which are coming from different sub-counties, town councils and municipalities. And I believe this is from our people who have worked so hard to make sure that we come back and complete the work we started long ago. And I'm sure this time there is going to be no mistake in our electoral commission.
Everybody every time comes back, he says there is still that unfinished business. When will you finish up this work?
Unfortunately, here we have even already designed the plans, which I left with these people 15 years ago, and they have never added anything on top of that. I wanted to put so many markets around, and I had started with some. They have never added. I had even bought land with the team which I was working with here at the district. They have never utilized that land. We had started expanding water to different places. When we left, we had finished Matuga and a few other places. They have never gone beyond that. So all that is unfinished business. When I was here, we wanted to bring back bananas as one way of improving our health, good food, and even in terms of commercial.
Chairperson, time is not on our side, but let me end it with this one question. How did the election move on in different places you have monitored as you say goodbye to our viewers?
Well, what I have seen is that most of our people have reminded us about the good work we did by giving us the support which we expected anyway. During the time of campaigns, they were very clear that they know the work we did. And I'm sure by the time they announce, Ian Chen will be the winner for this election. I thank you all for listening to us, and I'm sure you wait for the next line of comment, which will give you the right answer.
He is overstepping the mandate of the registrar here by declaring himself, but that is to him as an individual. Of course, Lauryn will return back this microphone to you over there at the studios of UBC at Nairobi Avenue. I'm Robert Onyango here in Wakiso District.
Thank you, Robert Onyango, for that report. And we as UBC, we're dedicated to give you updates and also keep you posted on everything that happens pertaining the NRM primaries. Now, on to our first story this evening. The Prime Minister of Uganda, Right Honorable Robinah Nabbanja, has delivered Africa's regional perspectives on the implementation of Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, at the ongoing high-level political forum at the United Nations headquarters in New York. Nabbanja made the remarks during the session on regional perspectives on SDG implementation and review. And we have the details.
The session on regional perspectives discussed the global challenges hindering the attainment of the SDGs. Nabbanja emphasized the critical need for leadership and governance reforms, financing and partnerships.
Africa continues to exhibit stronger political will in the implementation of the two agendas. This was evident at the 11th session where His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, was joined by over 5 current and former African heads of state and government at the forum's presidential dialogue.
She also highlighted the urgent need to invest in youth, women and digital transformation, in addition to prioritizing health and social protection.
Africa must harness aquatic and marine resources through inclusive maritime strategies and urgent action against marine pollution, especially plastic waste.
Later in the day, Nabbanja held bilateral engagements with several development partners, including her Finnish counterpart, His Excellency Petteri Orpo. Their discussions centered on mutual areas of interest, including digital infrastructure, technology transfer, benchmarking Finland's SDGs progress, and improving education.
I commend the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa for its leadership in aligning national and global frameworks, scaling regional priorities, and promoting evidence-based implementation.
The Premier also met Lord Collins of Highbury, the British Minister for Africa, UN, Commonwealth and Human Rights, to discuss bilateral issues between Britain and Uganda. Nabbanja concluded her meetings with Mr. Boris Titov, Special Representative of the President of the Russian Federation. Nabbanja concluded her meetings with Mr. Boris Titov, Special Representative of the President of the Russian Federation, with discussions focusing on matters of mutual benefit to the two countries.
The Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, together with former Prime Ministers Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda and John Patrick Amama Mbabazi, has officially launched the 9th East African Revival Convention. The convention, held once every 10 years, will culminate in a grand regional gathering from August 20th to 24th at Lugalama Kabale, bringing together believers from Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, and the USA.
Come August 20th to the 24th, believers from across East Africa and beyond will converge in Kabale for the 9th East African Revival Convention. This year's convention will honor the legacy of Simeoni and Mrs. Ivan Sibambi, a couple from Kabale, who in 1922 dedicated their lives to spreading the word of God.
What inspired Sibambi in 1922 to start the East African Revival in bracket or Brokole, and was thereafter joined by B. Chikozi.
Speaking during the launch at St. Paul's Cathedral, Namirembe in Kampala, the Archbishop called for peaceful elections and noted that the convention will dedicate prayers for the upcoming 2025-2026 general elections.
Actually, this is the best time the revival convention is needed, because revival promoted reconciliation, Revival promoted forgiveness. Revival promoted love for one another, regardless of your tribe, regardless of your denomination, regardless of your status. This is the work of revival. And the gospel, which was actually preached by revivalists, promoted love for one another, promoted peace, promoted reconciliation, promoted forgiveness. And so let me call upon you Ugandans. At this time of elections, we should capture the values of revival.
Former Prime Minister Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda, who is chairing the organizing committee alongside co-chair Amama Mbabazi, pledged a successful and impactful convention.
This revival is one of the most significant spiritual movements in Africa's most modern history. There is none that compares with it. And if Uganda is known outside, especially in the Christian circles, for anything, it is about this revival. It has changed not only our lives here, as the chairman enumerated, but it has changed the world.
Saved many lives of our people, and in fact, that very message is what we are giving today in order to prevent disease, in order to defend people from being killed by conditions which they would have prevented if they just improved their hygiene. So it was a holistic message by the revival movement, which we support, which we must encourage, because our people will be the beneficiaries.
The host bishop noted that organizing the convention, which is exclusively held in Kabale every decade, will require close to 1 billion shillings.
African legislators have made a united call for reparations from former colonial powers, demanding justice for slavery, colonialism, and decades of economic exploitation. Now, speaking during the 5th ordinary session of the Pan-African Parliament, PAP, in Midrand, South Africa, members urged Western nations to acknowledge historical injustices and offer compensation through financial reparations, the return of looted artifacts, and legal redress.
African legislators at the 50th ordinary session of the Pan-African Parliament in Midrand discussed the transatlantic slave trade, which Honorable Sulaiman Soho from Gambia described as a holocaust that led to the deaths of millions of Africans and disrupted the continent's development and dignity.
Strong motion from this parliament to create an ad hoc committee that is going to look into reparation, restitution on this matter. We must take the lead. We must take the advocacy to see to it that Africans are compensated, the looted resources are returned back.
Kenyan Senator Danson Mungatana called for litigation to compel reparations, citing the 2019 case filed by 5 Mau Mau veterans in Britain, which highlighted sexual violence, loss of property, and other atrocities during colonial rule.
I have quoted these 2 examples to show that maybe if we took a collective position as a parliament to encourage actions to be filed, court actions to be filed, it would be the best way to force reparations to happen in the continent of Africa.
Honorable Mamelo Foko of Lesotho questioned how Africans can reclaim their cultural identity in the wake of colonial destruction.
And Basotho think everything that was taken from them must be given back to them.
Ugandan MP Honorable Patrick Nsamba stressed that reparations are not a plea but a right, urging PAP to to define key injustices and calculate their economic value. He also warned African leaders against hypocrisy.
Must become specific about the key injustices and the economic value that it means on the continent, so that as we speak here, we know what was the cost of slave trade to the continent of Africa.
The Pan-African Parliament is sitting from 21st to 31st July 2025 under the African Union theme, Justice for Africans and Persons of African Descent through Reparations. Uganda's delegation includes Honorable Patrick Oshabensamba, Kasanda, County North, Honorable Felix Sokot Ogong, Dokolo South, Honorable Ochayo Juliet, Lodou Ngora, Honorable Abdukatuntu Bugweri, and Honorable Kamusime Kalorin Ruchiga, woman member of parliament. I'm Navka Farida.
UBC News tonight. Now in more news this evening, voting for the NRM flag bearer for city and division mayors as well as LC5 chairpersons in Nakawa division recorded a notably low voter turnout, offering temporary relief to the security personnel who remained on standby throughout the process. Now speaking to Deputy RCC Nakawa Division Edrin Benessa, he confirmed that no incidents of violence were reported during the voting.
Unlike past elections, the city, division mayor and LC5 races in Nakawa were relatively peaceful, largely attributed to low voter turnout.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
At some polling stations, turnout was barely half the number of registered voters.
The candidate that scored the highest number was 98 out of 137. Was not as we expected, but we are happy for the number that turned up for this exercise. Otherwise, the mobilization or whatever it was supposed to be done, the community were informed.
Security presence at most voting centers was minimal.
We haven't registered any incident of violence that necessitates any worry from our people of Nakawa division. I want to commend the police and our other sister agencies for the job well done. Even in the areas where we expected violence to erupt, we were able to swing into action. And upon seeing the heavy presence of security, those that intended to orchestrate violence took off.
Benessa noted that the security team was on high alert to prevent violence and condemned NRM members who engaged in violent acts during previous elections.
It is wrong for the NRM people to encourage their supporters to orchestrate violence on other members of the party, yet these are the same people that they look for in 2026, because this is a primary election. Certainly the winner will look for the supporters of whoever will have lost.
We also visited polling stations in Makinde and Gaba. This is what transpired.
I thank you very much, all of you, the press also to have come to cover our important primaries. We hope that things will go well in Makindi West, and I hope to win this mayor seat.
Because they have voted very good and no fighting, no problems. They vote mayor of Kampala, Musoke of Kasita, mayor of Machindye, Yasin Omar. Then I beg them that even on 8th, they come and vote me.
They've been come. We've been able to have time to read the names in the register. All the members of the NRM in the yellow book, they've been on the ground, and at the same time they've been in the registration book.
Now more with the NRM primaries in Moroto district, Moroto municipality, where the voting was peaceful but registered low voter turnout. Now in the municipality, voters cast their ballots for the position of LC5 chairperson. Now according to the NRM registrar Yusuf Lomokol, it was appropriate for all voters across the district to participate since the LC5 chairperson's seat serves the entire district. We have the details.
The elections for Moroto District Chairperson, District Councillors, Municipality Mayor and Municipality Councillors were conducted without incidents, although voter numbers remained low. By 10 a.m., UBC observed low activity at Naitakwe polling station in Nanduget sub-county, while voting had already concluded by 10:30 at Nabuin and Singila polling villages.
Except for some police agents, the agents who are disturbing us here. Agents for who? Agents for different for Bukwang, and Puriang. Puriang has just passed here with the agents. He wanted them to knock some small children here. He was running in high speed.
Education, there was no any corruption, no any confusion, and everything was done. So my people go back 10:55.
However, at senior headquarter polling stations in Moroto municipality, turnout was relatively high, while Kakolia Muslim Primary School and Moroto Parents polling stations recorded moderate numbers. NRM Registrar Yusuf Lomokol shared further details about the exercise.
Our position which has been voted, the chairperson represents the whole district. All villages are supposed to vote for the chairperson.
Even in the municipality?
Yeah, even in the municipality. The same as the woman representative of parliament. She's being voted by the whole district. It applies to chairman also. It's the whole district voting for him. Yeah, it's not specified like Matheniko, Katikekle, what? No. For the chairperson, it's the whole district. All the villages went on well. We are starting to receive materials as per now. We have received some few villages from the municipality and Katikekle.
Tuko Justin Sam summarized the elections for both district and municipality seats.
The situation was okay, was calm. The exercise has gone well. I have not seen any problem so far. But only that what I observed was the low turnout from some other areas, especially around the villages.
In Moroto municipality, the mayoral race is between incumbent Mohammed Ismail and Sire Mark, while the district chairperson contest pits Angelo Pulkol and Lokwang. Similarly, low voter turnout was reported in Karenga, Napak and Kotito districts, while some voters blaming the delay in announcing parliamentary race results.
Village, I am seeing the number of the people are not unlike the other time. People are annoyed on what has happened before because the result was not.
Tensions, confrontational speech and tear gas have marred the chairperson and mayoral elections in Iganga district. The contest is particularly heated between the NRM chairperson candidate Haj Abubakar Warubi and the incumbent district chairperson Gabula Ezira. Clashes erupted at polling stations such as Muslim Primary School and Kasokoso Primary School, leaving some supporters with chest injuries after violent confrontations.
serious.
obuwanguzi bwereere olw'okuba abantu abawaka omuluka gwona gondaza obuwagizi obw'amaanyi eggombolola lyona lyona Nakalama liraza obuwagizi bw'amaanyi Kigulu South yo
Officer, you cool down.
Abeka mara watuzi awarungi naffe tujja
Bamikwano, ani alina kuchenja ono?
Uncle, you can just use your phone.
Tuyina momo.
Va ku mwana gwe change.
Nayanziza nnyo.
Nange kwegera.
Yes.
Zo ziri mmeka?
Ziri 3 kitundu.
3 kitundu?
Yes.
Naye baba. Sente nga zinzigweddeko.
But uncle, you can get from your phone.
Just keep on playing your bodies. What did you mean? Mweba rutegeka nze no bora bankoye va kumacha ndi mu shopping Juma jangu yambe ku munno muti kule ebintu muri mutya
Uncle, you're suffering again. You can put it on your phone and make money.
Bye-bye. Musuri domtuma. Undazo kuagara. Naye. Thanks for baraba. Bit, enkombo bazikyali waawo. Jajja mwongere ko. Oyagala nnyo olwombo lw'ekinyego.
Kandete kando.
Towetaaga kutambula. Gwe ne bw'otuula.
Tubeere mu nzikiza.
Senga n'atuma olina okugumiikiriza.
Explore Uganda.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Welcome back from that break, and we're glad you're still with us here on UBC News Tonight. Now, in more news this evening, aspiring Member of Parliament for Pingire County, Philip Ochor, has revealed why he switched his political focus from Serere County to his native Pingire within Serere District. Ochor, who initially held the ticket for Serere County, explained that his home area of Pingire was eager for meaningful change, an urgency he felt had not been addressed. The statement comes shortly after he was announced winner for the recent NRM primaries for Parliament.
So when I gave it a shot last time in 2021 and didn't work out, I thought, given what I did in Serere, I thought I should do all these things.
When Philip Ochor first declared his intent to seek office in Pingire instead of Serere, reactions were mixed. Some welcomed it, others expressed concern. He persisted, and his determination paid off when he won the NRM parliamentary primary.
I want to take this victory not as the end in itself, but rather the start for service delivery, the start for transforming Pingire. The greater population of Pingire is happy that I am finally there, and this has been proven and demonstrated by the vote of confidence that the majority of the people who showed up on 17 is to vote, voted for me.
He had previously competed under the NRM flag in Serere County. In the 2021 general election, he lost to the late Patrick Okabe, and in 2023 by-election triggered by Okabe's passing, he again stood and was defeated by Emmanuel Omoding, Okabe's son. However, Ochor emphasizes that these defeats are not why he redirected his ambitions.
The timing was right. The people of Pingire were yearning for real service, they were yearning for a leader, and they were yearning for somebody who will come and transform the place. And as you can see, in a very short period of time, the talk now is already Pingire. Nobody is speaking about Serere anymore. In fact, some people are beginning to ask if Serere is in Pingire or Pingire is in Serere.
With the nation looking ahead to the 2026 general election, Ochor outlines his development plans for Pingire.
How do we make the value chain for produce? How do you make the farmers realize the better yields? How do you make the farmers realize the market for their produce? And how do we incorporate government programs like PDM in stirring up production?
In the recent primary, Ochor clinched the NRM nomination for Pingire County by defeating incumbent Fred Opolot, running on the slogan, "Making Pingire Great." He now eyes success in the 2026 general election. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Chisache Ivan, an independent presidential candidate for the 2026-2031 term, is advocating for a shift from Uganda's Western-style education curriculum to an industrial-based system.
Kisache, who is contesting for presidency, says the current curriculum does not adequately address youth unemployment, particularly in media professionals.
In Uganda today, we have a problem of education sectors. In education sectors, we are being forced to learn the Western curriculum that is being brought by the Westerners in Uganda. Please, I'm asking you guys, why can't we introduce the industrial curriculum here in Uganda so that our youth, so that our fellow Ugandans can benefit in what they are learning or what they are studying? Because if you are a journalist right now and you are benefiting in your career right now in more than 3 years. Okay, let me say, okay, in 3 years, how would it be if you started this career way back when you are 15 years? That means you would be a beneficial for this country.
He emphasized that tackling youth unemployment is one of his urgent priorities.
Many Ugandans are outside our country are facing many problems because of lack of jobs in Uganda. We are based on agriculture. Why can't we utilize the land we have in Uganda here so that we can create jobs in Uganda right now? We can do cross-poly that can be a benefit to outside countries. We are seeing UN providing food on those countries that are fighting right now. Why can't we approach those countries and tell them we can sell you food? It is another profit that is going to be added on our country. But it is with the journalists to stand upon and raise the flag to bring forth those.
When asked why he chose a bicycle as his campaign symbol, Kisache explained that it represents affordable transportation for farmers to deliver their produce.
The reason as to why we chose a bicycle is it is a means of transportation that can be afforded by every home. We are representing everyone.
A journalism graduate with 16 years of experience, Kisache aims to be a voice for journalists, empowering them to become job creators rather than job seekers in an industry where they are often undervalued and exploited. Winnie Ainembabazi Katwire and Tanaba Kenneth for UBC.
Kunga mnamauliye kunga! Kunga mnamauliye kunga!
UBC News tonight. Now with more stories this evening, the outgoing Irish ambassador to Uganda, Kevin Colgan, has commended the growing number of children attending school across Uganda and across the Karamoja sub-region, urging parents to continue prioritizing education. Now he made the remarks while handing over a 2-classroom block at Kasimeri Primary School in Morota District, constructed by UNICEF with funding from the Embassy of Ireland.
Kasimeri Primary School is one of the oldest schools in Moroto, known for academic excellence and cultural performances in music, dance and drama across Karamoja. However, it remains overcrowded with inadequate classrooms, forcing some learners to sit on the floor or stand throughout lessons.
Because even when I want to go, we want to go behind to control it. You see, even we don't have where to pass. You see? And secondly, the way they sit is also not proper. So it makes even handwriting not to be very.
To address this, UNICEF, with support from the Irish Embassy, constructed a new 2-classroom block.
Issues on infrastructure. To reduce domestic financing, it is important that public spending gives its fair share to education, which is affecting the attainment of equitable access and quality education.
UNICEF country representative Dr. Robin Nandi also called on parents to educate their children.
Please keep them in school until they complete their education, because they are the future of Karamoja, they are the future of Uganda, and it's really important that they complete their education.
This was during the handover of a 2-classroom block at Kasimeri Primary School in Moroto District, constructed by UNICEF with funding from the Embassy of Ireland.
To be clear, this 2-classroom block coalition.
4 other classroom blocks were built at Oreta Primary School, Abim District, Katikiti, Amdat, Lorukumo, Nabilatuk District, and Karenga Boys Primary School, Karenga District. In a related initiative, Dr. Nandi handed over beds and metallic boxes to former street children at Lokodiokodio Primary School in Napak District.
In December with many of the children, but as I was leaving, they were complaining about the lack of beds. They were sleeping on the floor. They didn't have sanitation equipment, soap, buckets and so on. Fortunately, we were able to receive support from from Sweden.
Buganda Kingdom has welcomed Chief Justice of Alfonso Winyidoro's proposal to resolve cases through alternative dispute resolution. Katikido Charles Peter Mayiga made the remarks while launching a tribunal in Buga or Koti ya Chisekwa at Bulange Mengo.
To resolve clan-related conflicts, Buganda Kingdom established the Mbuga ya Chisekwa Tribunal to handle such cases. Katikilo Charles Peter Mayiga officially inaugurated the new tribunal, which will be chaired by Dr. Robert Sonko. Mayiga reiterated Buganda Kingdom's support for Chief Justice Dolo's proposal to use alternative dispute resolution mechanisms.
And I visited his chambers last year so that we may work with the judiciary to ensure that the different communities of Uganda that have got these methods of dispensing justice are applied. People respect them, people find them to be authentic, to have integrity. And the Clan Affairs Tribunal in Mbuga ya Chisekwa is one such forum where clan matters can be adjudicated, and we appreciate the initiative of the Chief Justice and the judiciary. And indeed, the High Court has pronounced itself more than once that matters regarding clans should be referred to the Sabataka, who is the Kabaka, who has this forum with the capacity and the knowledge to adjudicate clan disputes.
He stressed the importance of the tribunal in addressing matters concerning clans and the kingdom at large.
This tribunal is mandated by the Kabaka through the Katikio to hear disputes related to clan leadership, especially at the top, so that we may have harmony at the top within the clans, which guarantees the authenticity of the cultural values, the cultural mores, the value systems which define us as people of Buganda, because as we all know, we are all related in Buganda with the Kabaka at the top, hence the name Sabataka.
The tribunal comprises 7 members, with Dr. Robert Sonko as chairperson and Lubega Sebende, Andrew Chibaya, Samuel Simbi, among others as members. Joseph Chigozigola, Andrew Sebila for UBC News.
The News Tonight takes a very short break, but we return with more stories after these messages.
Abeka bana tuzi. Awarunji. Nafe tujja.
Oh. Bami kwani? Ana inakuchenja ono.
Uncle, you can just use your phone.
Hey, tuina momo.
Va kumwana kunonya change.
Nayanziza nyo.
Ndange kwenda.
Yes sir.
Zoziri mmeka?
Jire satu chitondo.
Satu chitondo.
Yes sir.
Ngayiro. Sente ngazinzu gweddeko.
But uncle, you can't get it from your phone.
Just keep on playing your bodies. What did you mean? Mweba rutegeka nze no bola bankoye va ku machandi mu shopping Juma jangu yambe ku munno muti kule bintu muri mutya
Uncle, you're suffering again. Can you put it on your phone and make money?
Bye-bye. No sorry, don't you? What does all work? Thanks for coming. This, and come was Charuao, but get them on the we are going to do situation here.
Kande te kando.
Hey. Wait a kutambura. When the water told
Reparations.
Saying another tomorrow, no coming.
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotellaconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda.
Welcome back from that break, and now into business. Finance Manager Masika Kazimoto has called for stringent measures to protect Ugandans from the negative impacts of lotteries and gaming. Now, while presiding over the inauguration of the new chairperson of the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board, Kazimoto emphasized the sector's critical role in boosting Uganda's economy.
Esther, swear in the name.
The National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board is urged to ensure that Uganda National Lottery operates with the highest standards of fairness, transparency and accountability.
Kitariko Kenneth, swear in the name.
This was the appeal by Masika Kazimoto, the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, at the inauguration of the new board chairperson and 2 members.
The 4th National Development Plan. Your work must support inclusive development, transparency, and a fair playing field, balancing investor growth with the social safeguards. Gaming revenues should support national priorities in sports, education, and health. Responsible gaming and community protection. The protection of the youth, workers, and the vulnerable communities must be non-negotiable.
After serving for at least 6 years, Aloysius Mugasa Adiri signs off, expressing satisfaction with the milestones achieved under his leadership.
Our budget improved and we had better allocations over the years. From the Uganda shilling 6.3 billion in the financial year 2019-2020, we are handing over an entity that received in the last financial year 17.3 billion. And we look forward to a bigger budget. Increased revenue collection from 50.6 billion in the financial year 2019-2020, that was our first financial year, to 323 billion by 30th June 2025.
Kennedy Kitariko, the incoming chairperson, pledged to build on his predecessor's foundation and make a lasting impact.
Together, Honorable, we step into a new chapter one that requires courage, focus, and unrelenting commitment to strategy execution. I'm especially grateful to be working alongside our CEO, Mr. Dennis Udene Ngabirano, whose operational leadership, as mentioned, has been pivotal in translating the board's vision into results.
Board members were encouraged to work collaboratively, boost revenue collection, build strategic partnerships, and position Uganda as a hub for a world-class lottery industry. Dennis Igor for UBC.
Thank you, Dennis Sigoa. Now in more business news, Gulu City has launched the first ever Gulu City Oktoberfest, set to take place in October 6th to the 14th, 2025 at Kaunda Grounds in a bid to promote Acholi culture and tourism.
The first edition of the 2025 Gulu City Oktoberfest from the 6th to the 14th of October. Congratulations, Mayor.
The event, which was unveiled by the Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Norbert Mao, State Minister for Tourism, Martin Mugaraba Hinduka, and Gulu City Mayor Alfred Okwonga, is envisioned as a transformational celebration that will position the city as a culture, tourism, and economic hub for northern Uganda and the country at large.
You've already seen our cultural ambassadors, the traditional performers who perform our many dances. They will definitely provide the soundtrack for Oktoberfest.
The dollars, you know how much each one spends on average. You don't want to go into that, but it's quite a handsome figure that will help grow this country. And of course, you're not only targeting the Germans, we are targeting all the people that come and participate in the German Fest. I know that there are around 7 million. I've seen the Chinese one is around 4 million. These are huge numbers, bigger than what we receive in the country in a year.
Speaking at the launch, Mayor Okwonga described the festival as a strategic initiative aligned with Uganda's National Development Plan 4, with a core aim of showcasing Acholi and Ugandan cultural heritage, promoting local businesses, and enhancing tourism.
For this Oktoberfest is to transform Gulu City into a cultural, economic and tourism hub by leveraging strategic partnership at international, national and local level. That is our main objectives of organizing this Gulu City Oktoberfest.
The festival will bring together people from all corners of Uganda, ranging from Ankole, Toro, Bunyoro, Busoga, Karamoja, Teso, Buganda, West Nile, to foster cultural unity and international, particularly Germany. Events will incorporate a wide range of activities, including national tourist sites such as Makshon Falls National Park, Budongo Forest, the Albert Nile Ferry, and other national historical attractions. The theme of the festival is celebrating our heritage, the heartbeat of Acholi culture. Nahabwe Charity for UBC News.
Gulu City! Gulu City! Gulu!
And now into sports. All the teams that have qualified for the Federation of Uganda Football Association's round of 32 have received their Janzi branded jerseys. The home and away round of 32 action starts this weekend at various venues.
Representatives of schools in the Federation of Uganda Football Association's FUFA TV Cup round of 32 have received their 2 Janzi branded jerseys. The event at the FA complex in Mengo was graced by officials from 9 schools and presided over by the organizing committee chairperson, Dr. Apollo Aimbisiwe.
Last year we received 1 set of jerseys. This year we received 2 sets. This is really very great.
I'm really grateful to FUFA for always being around with us to give us these jerseys. I'm happy.
The new jerseys are motivation to the boys
and I believe they are going to perform to their very best.
I'm so excited to be part of FUFA TV Cup, and at this moment I am so happy to have received the jerseys.
Unlike last edition, the second edition, where we received one set, this time around we have received two. This is going to help us mostly on away and home.
In the round of 32, whose first leg is due this weekend, St. Kagwa-Bushenyi High School plays Mutuyera High School. Mpanga SS faces Nyakasura, while Jinja SS travels to Meta SS. Dr. Obote College Boroboro takes on reigning champions Naumali High School. St. Peter's College Toro hosts Ngora, and Kampala Giants Kolo SS and Kibuli SS face off.
So our game is going to be against Kibuli SS, and we are going to be playing for the round of 32. Kibuli SS is a good team, but we're also up to it. We are also a good team.
St. Charles Luanga Kasasa hosts Ngano High School. Kako SS dates Gombe SS. St. Baliku Dembe Mitala Maria tussles St. Mary's College Kisubi, while Aduku SS welcomes Lango College.
I'm just appealing to FUFA TV to air this game live, because it should be a game of history. Because St. Baliku Dembe, of course, will come knowing that it has to progress. But again, I'm also having a point that I need to prove a point that indeed, if I played 2 games in the second edition with St. Baliku Dembe, I could have gone far.
Kira College Butiki and Jinja College is a highly anticipated fixture. Gulu High School battles at St. Joseph's College Laibi, as Bukoyo SS and Imbale SS will seek Eastern Region bragging rights. The round of 32 first leg is complete by Namidiango College versus Mengo SS. St. Charles Luanga Koboko against St. Joseph's Ombaki, as Duhaga SS
throughout.
Joseph's Ombaki, as Duhaga SS.
The tournament that is now running, but for us, football has become a project that runs throughout.
This Saturday we shall be playing Mengo SS, and hopefully this will be the genesis of our story, and hopefully we can be able to eliminate them from the round of 32 so that we can qualify for the round of 60.
And with that, our first edition has come to an end. Do join me at 10 o'clock for our second edition of UBC News Tonight. I'm Lauryn Masika Kazimoto and my colleague Mohammed Mugalu in Sign Language. We will see you at 10.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the rider selection campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
You got us on your wallet.
My name is Flight Captain George Michael Mkula, aspiring for the National Vice Chairman in charge of Eastern Uganda. The National Resistance Movement is a revolutionary party. It's founded on 4 ideals: patriotism, Pan-Africanism,